Okay, let's go.
Have you ever had a perfectly planned trade just go completely wrong? Well, what if I told you the problem isn't the market? It's often the hidden enemy sitting right inside your own mind. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the cognitive biases that secretly sabotage your trading profits. Look, if you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely not alone. The non-stop pressure of trading is enough to burn anyone out. But here's a thought. What if the real pressure isn't actually coming from the charts, but from the mental traps we unknowingly set for ourselves? All right, first up, let's explore some of these psychological hurdles that can trip up even the most seasoned traders. So what's the invisible force behind all of these traps? Well, it's something called cognitive bias. Let's break down what that really means. Okay, whoa, systematic pattern of deviation from rationality. That sounds super academic, right? Like something straight out of a textbook. But stick with me, I promise it's actually way simpler than it sounds. Exactly. That's the perfect way to think about it. Our brains are hardwired to love shortcuts. It's all about saving energy. It's a survival instinct, really. And while that's great for most of daily life, in the high-stakes, high-pressure world of trading, these little shortcuts can become incredibly costly traps. Okay, let's dive into our first big one. This is a classic, and it gets all of us, whether we realize it or not. We're talking about confirmation bias. So what does this actually look like in the wild? Well, imagine you get it in your head that a certain stock is an absolute winner. Your brain immediately kicks into gear. It starts hunting for any article, any chart, any little piece of news that agrees with you, while it conveniently puts on blinders to anything that might suggest you're wrong. Let's see this play out. Let's say you short a market, totally convinced it's overvalued. All of a sudden, every negative headline you read confirms what a genius you are. But that bullish indicator on another chart? Nah, you gloss right over it. That positive earnings report that just came out must be a fluke. You see what's happening? You're not seeing the market for what it is anymore. You're only seeing what you want to see. All right, now for bias number 2. And honestly, this one might be even more powerful, especially when your money is on the line. Let's talk about loss aversion. This is so deeply wired into our psychology, it's just human nature. I mean, scientific studies have literally shown that the emotional sting you feel from losing $100 is roughly twice as strong as the joy you feel from gaining $100. That massive emotional imbalance can absolutely wreak havoc on a trader's decision-making. And this right here, this visualizes that internal battle just perfectly. You're in a losing trade. Your rational brain might see a clear path to a potential rebound, but loss aversion is screaming in your ear to just get out, to cut your losses and stop the pain. And this is how we all fall into that classic trap of cutting our winners short and letting our losers run. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? This isn't just some rookie mistake. It is a universal struggle for traders at every single level, from beginner to pro. And you know what? The very first step to beating it is just admitting that you have it. Okay, so we've identified the traps, we've seen how they work. Now for the most important part, how in the world do we actually defend ourselves against them? The whole strategy really boils down to these 2 core principles. First, you've got to stop focusing on the outcome of every single trade. Zoom out. Think about your performance over hundreds of trades. And second, you have to create a system that takes that emotional, in-the-moment decision-making right out of your hands. And your best weapon here? It's the stop-loss order. It's a pre-commitment, a promise you make to yourself before your emotions can get in and cloud your judgment. You set your exit point when you're calm and rational, and then the system does the rest. It is the ultimate defense against your own worst instincts. So as we close out, I'm going to leave you with this question to really chew on. Think about your recent trades. Were you a victim of confirmation bias, or was it loss aversion? Because identifying your own personal trading kryptonite, that's the real first step to becoming the trader you want to be.